Joneses.
Y'all know, listen, let me tell you, I don't have no Instagrams, no nothing. But this truth, it needs to be told. Because a lot of people perpetrating a fraud. You understand what I'm saying? And it's cool to try to perpetrate something, but tell the truth when the truth is truth. You understand what I'm saying? These boys really pioneered some shit that spread across the world before Instagram. Before YouTube and all, you can film shit on your phone and get everywhere. People know who this is, saw the whole lay and everything and copied it before you even had something that promotes you all over the world like this Instagram stuff, bro. That's big in itself.
This episode is about none other than Markese Biz Jones. This gonna be 2 parts. We're gonna get right into it. Now, Marquis is from that West Philly, Marquis Street. In covering the upbringing of Marquis, it is impossible not to go backwards first and pay homage to one of the legends in Philadelphia history, Kevin Jones, and his father as well, Georgie Boy. And through this, we will truly begin to understand the cloth that he was cut from.
Georgie Boy and his mom, Miss Sharon, to be, getting the money. I never knew.
Now, Georgie Boy is one of Black Philadelphia's real estate developers before property magnates, multiple stores, businesses, properties, and things like this, developing properties in Black Philadelphia with a portfolio that spans back into the 50s throughout current day. Nightclub owner James St. Patrick, before that was a thing. The love for the sport of boxing can be traced back to Georgie Boy, an avid fan of the sport, had a heavy bag in their house when they were small. Kev and Marquise would hit this bag. Georgie Boy would also take his sons to attend fights at the legendary Blue Horizon gym. The Jones boys' love of motorcycles also came from family. Their Uncle Bruce loved bikes. He would introduce the Jones boys to the culture at a young age. They would keep the tradition going. Marquise went to Belmont Elementary School, and due to his family ties and close ties in the community, he would make and form lifelong bonds with friends such as RZA, Mont, H, Half, and this was just West Philly. In Southwest Philly, Marquise also had family and friends that he would form lifelong bonds with. Family members like Squeak, Karan, Dante. Friends like Munch, Tone Beth, 1-8, Little Rich, and Lil Rat. Georgie Boy would instill in all of his children a sense of entrepreneurialism and the confidence that they can go out in this world and do it. Being 3 years older than Marquise, Kev was the first one to follow in his father's footsteps.
Kev was the poster boy for them guys. Kev was a lot older, not a lot older, a couple years older than them guys, so they would look up to Kev. A lot of people don't know that. Kevin Jones was the inspiration for Little Man.
So I met Kev through his Marquise. And at the time that I met Kev through Marquise, I had no idea of the caliber of dude that he was.
But anyway, on the Dickie set, this nigga would wear the brown Dickie like the UPS man. You understand what I'm saying? We used to be in the store. He had a store called K. Jones Variety Store. We in the store, he come in, he picked the game up, put all the credits up for the kids. We little ass kids, we playing it. He got on the brown Dickie though. He rocking his joint every day. And this is variety store. You understand what I'm saying?
We're gonna go from down the way, down the bottom, period. I'm just speaking of down the bottom. Within his era down there, it was nobody, absolutely nobody, that was doing what he was doing.
Kevin Jones was not even 15, 16 during these times that they are talking about, ranking him up there with the best that has ever did it, state to state, city to city, joining the ranks of those youngest who ever did it, from the well-knowns like Richard Porters to the lesser-knowns like King Boy George Rivera.
So, Kev is the one who's responsible for all that down here. I mean, anything that you know of to try to get it and come up, that's Kev. He started that, and then from on down, his brothers, Marquis and Lit and all them, we all looked up to Kev because he was the first to do it. And then after that, Marquis went and took his own little reins and went over Southwest. And so you go over there and interview people, they'll tell you about him. You understand what I'm saying? But Kev is responsible for that, the sole proprietor of that Dickie set. And that way of life, period, down this way here. And it spread so far.
I never knew Kev hid that. He didn't hide it, or what I want to say. Kev was, when he came through, I never had no idea of the caliber of dude he was until years later. That's when I found out the type of brother he was. But I knew him to be a good-hearted dude. And I found out he was getting the money. I was like, shit, Marquis brother getting the money. And then I understood the kind of dude Marquis was, coming to the day.
In the beginning, like he pioneered that shit down there as far as with down the bottom, you know what I mean? Then he spread it out, like just not down the bottom. He started going Southwest, the north side of the market. Like, the Kev was everywhere, like, you know what I mean?
This nigga Kev was a teenager, bro. He had a fucking nightclub. He wasn't even old enough to drink, and he had a nightclub that was jumping all through. Anybody asked about Top Gun, if you're anybody, you heard about it.
So I met Kev through his Marquis. And at the time that I met Kev through Marquis, I had no idea of the caliber of dude that he was. I had no idea of
like, you know what I mean? And then, back then, the JBM boys came into play. Like, he was the only one that had his own self-entity down there. The rest of the dudes had to follow on to somebody else's hotel. Not him. He had his own thing going from day one.
Kevin Jones was one of the youngest around the tables with some of the trend-setting guys, some of the first guys to put these foreign cars out here, some of these guys that will go down in the annuals of the most solid and sturdy in Philadelphia's history. Marquis, while still in Bartram, not even a senior, would already as well enter the real estate business and building, and would also have seats at the table with some of the greats. We must take time, as we do, to give our propers, to offer our salutes, our tributes to some of these men. Seen at age 16 in Club Cornucopia with the McLaren driver, the Southwest native, Storm. Also had much love up Parkside, and he was tied in with another major group of businessmen out of the city. Also, it's the undisputed Philly legend, boxer, entrepreneur, father, Leroy Bucky Davis. While this was going on, Marquis, his family members, his day ones, had already taken to entrepreneurialism and real estate. It must be noted, none of these men were over the age of 21 at the time. Dare I say, Marquis and the Southwest boys were 15, 16, 18 at the oldest. The same with them boys he grew up with on the west side of Philly. They were young. They were the founding members. This is part one. The cloth he was cut from. Go to Heart of the City Philly on YouTube for full interviews. Check out Heart of the City 2022 on the gram. Heart of the City Kids, Heart of the City ENT. We see y'all soon.